Have you ever wondered what remains in the shadows of a place long forgotten? What whispers roam empty corridors where life once flourished, and now only death lingers? Tonight, we bring you a story not of myth or legend, but a story that echoes from the dark alleys of Mumbai, India's city of dreams. A place where dreams once turned into films, but now only nightmares are filmed. This is the terrifying true story of Mukesh Mills. A place so cursed, even seasoned film crews refuse to enter after sunset. My name is Viral Book Story, and you're listening to a tale where fear is very, very real. Before it became a ghost town, Mukesh Mills was full of life. Built in 1870 by East India Company, this was once a bustling cotton mill in Colaba, South Mumbai. Workers, machines, steam, the rhythm of production never stopped. The smell of iron and cotton mixed in the humid Bombay air. It was hard work, but honest work. But then came a fire, mysterious, devastating, and so sudden that no one truly knows how it started. Some say it was an accident, others whisper it was sabotage. But one thing is certain, dozens of workers were trapped inside, burned, screaming, forgotten, their ashes never found. Their souls, some say, never left. The mill shut down, nature took over, and darkness moved in. Years passed. Mumbai grew around the skeleton of Mukesh Mills. New buildings, rising towers, city lights. But this one corner of Colaba remained still. Locals began reporting strange occurrences. Lights flickering in the ruins, even though there was no electricity. Smoke rising from the chimney on cold nights. Cries in the dark. Sounds of footsteps when no one was there. But perhaps the most chilling story comes from an old watchman, Raghavan, who guarded the area in the late 1980s. In a recorded interview, Raghavan said, "Every night I heard the machines start on their own. I would go inside and everything was silent. Then one night I saw them, a man covered in soot, a woman in a burnt sari, just standing, watching me. I never returned." After that night, Raghavan quit. No one replaced him. In the 1990s, Bollywood discovered Mukesh Mills. The eerie atmosphere was perfect for horror films and thrillers. Movies like Guna, Raz, and TV serials like Z Horror Show shot scenes here. But what the industry didn't realize was that something had been disturbed, something ancient, angry, waiting. One of the most documented stories comes from the set of a film in 2001. The actress, let's call her Shalini, was shooting a horror sequence. Suddenly, during a break, her voice changed. Her body stiffened, and she began to scream in a language no one understood. The director thought it was a prank, but the crew started backing away in fear. Then Shalini looked at him and said in a deep, growling voice, "Leave. This is my home. You don't belong here." She fainted. Later, when she woke up, she remembered nothing. Production was canceled. That footage was never released. Shalini never returned to Mukesh Mills. Another horrifying account comes from 2010. A young assistant director named Rajiv had taken on the job of coordinating an indie horror film. Budget was tight and Mukesh Mills was available for cheap. Too cheap. On the second night of shooting, Rajiv began complaining of headaches. By the third day, he wasn't himself. One of the makeup artists recalls, he kept looking at the shadows, talking to them, smiling. He said someone named Anita was guiding him. There was no Anita on the set. Rajiv insisted on shooting a particular scene near the old boiler room, the very place where the fire was said to have started. That night, he went in alone. The crew waited. He never came out. Security guards found him the next morning, unconscious, bruised, with scratches all over his back. When he awoke, he cried for hours. He claimed he was pulled by invisible hands, dragged across the floor, and shown what really happened the night of the fire. His final words before resigning the project: "They were murdered. The fire was not an accident, and now they want justice." In 2013, after repeated incidents, the local municipal body considered demolishing Mukesh Mills. A demolition team arrived with heavy machinery. But as the bulldozers rolled in, all their engines failed at once. Brand new machines. No one could explain it. A priest named Father D'Souza, who had heard stories of exorcisms nearby, was asked to bless the site. He refused. Instead, he gave a warning. This land is not cursed, it is angry, disturbed. You can tear down the walls, but the pain buried here will not leave. Let the dead sleep. The demolition was halted. Since then, no one has dared to attempt it again. A digital content crew tried filming a documentary in 2017. They installed 6 surveillance cameras overnight. The idea was to live stream and capture paranormal activity. The feed was clean, except for camera 3. That one camera kept glitching. Blurry images, white noise, sudden blackouts. But on the 3rd night, something appeared. A figure, pale, leaning against a charred pillar, head tilted, eyes white, watching. It moved, and as it walked toward the lens, the camera shattered. No one was in the building. The crew watched in frozen horror from the safety of their van. They left all their gear behind. None of them returned. The footage was uploaded anonymously to a paranormal forum. The username? Anita1870. Even today, Mukesh Mills stands as a rotting monument in the heart of Mumbai. Locked, barricaded, and avoided by all. Locals cross the street rather than walk beside its gates. No one enters after dusk. Even police avoid patrolling the area after nightfall. And yet, stories keep coming. Screams at 3 a.m., shadows in drone footage, ghostly faces peeking from windows where no floor remains. Whether you believe in spirits or not, one thing is certain. Something happened at Mukesh Mills, and it left behind more than just ashes. It left behind a curse. If you ever visit Colaba, look toward the broken gates covered in rust. And listen, you might hear the machines turn on. You might hear the cries, but don't stop. Don't look, because Mukesh Mills is watching you. This was Viral Book Story. If you like this episode, follow for more terrifying tales from the real corners of India. Until next time, stay in the light.